Because it's recording. It's recording. Hi. Hey. What's up, guys? Xeramus 5.5 here, coming to you guys with a deck profile. I know it's been forever. I know I do those little deck profiles when I'm doing my live stream videos, but I wanted to actually give you guys a deck profile of what I'm playing right now. And now that I have my new computer and stuff, and the internet's all much better, this is actually running at full speed again. The quality's not amazing, but I mean, you guys can still see it, and this is easier than me having to upload or edit a video and then upload it. I know it's a bit lazier, but I am busy, so you guys know how it is. So anyways, without further ado, this deck profile is none other than Karakuri's. This is my main deck for this format. It's super, super good right now. This and INZEKTORs are just both powerhouse decks. Like, they're just super, super hard to beat, I find. Mostly because they swarm so fast. I find that INZEKTORs obviously has more destructive capabilities, but Karakuri's is just so good at advantage. It just gains advantage faster than any deck that I think is out right now. I think the only deck that can possibly compete with that is Fire Fist. Obviously gains a lot of advantage as well really quickly with the right hand, but this deck you open up like the combos, I should say, every single game. So without further ado, let's get on with the deck profile. So starting things off, we do have one Redox. Now I freaking love this card. It's so much better if you have Draco Sack, obviously, or Big Eye. I never bring out Big Eye in line. I always just make Draco Sack, but I would like to get my hands on one, but obviously it's like $60. I'm not playing competitively enough right now, but it's not worth it. If you do have one, though, it's insanely good in this deck. You can just basically specialist from your hand or the graveyard. If you have a Bure on the board, and then you just overlay and make your Draco Sack. And then you get two machine tokens, which are level 3. Now, obviously, that's also really, really good because the machine or tokens are machines. I mean, really the only thing you can actually synchro with them is the Watchdog Saizan, but that's about it. So yeah, one Redox. He's also mainly what I play him for is just the Reborn effect. And I mean, you can also just banish and special him. He sits in the field as a 3k wall, and then goes back to your hand in your opponent's end phase. And you get yourself a Reborn again for next turn, so it's super good. Next up is 3 Merchant. He's just your searcher. He makes you Nat Beast and Catastor, but he's also really, really fantastic because he obviously can grab you the Cache, or he can grab you my favorite card in the deck, Anatomy, which I usually always go for right away. Next up is your double summon monster, Ninishi. Now, unfortunately, she is susceptible to Fiendish Chain and Effect Veiler, which sucks. But, I mean, if they do Veiler that, they're potentially making a mistake because you could have instant fusion in your hand. And if they do, you know, Veiler her, and then on your turn they try to attack her, she goes to defense position. She's 1900 wall, so that's still really, really good. Next up is 3 Soldier. I've seen some people running none of these. You have to run triple Soldier, at least 2. The reason you run 3 is like Battle Searchers are still good in the game. Obviously they're not as good against like say Fire Fist, Water, or INZEKTORs. You know, those are all very big decks right now. But the reason you run him over like say triple Kuick, which I only run 2, but I'll talk about him in a second, is because he's 1400 attack, so he gets under Bottomless. And once again, Battle Searchers are just still really, really good. He's a nice floater if you're playing like other decks, and I mean, you know, he's just a good level 4. So, and then 2 Quicks, I find that's all you need. 3's bad. It just doesn't add any consistency other than his graveyard special in effect, which is really, really good. But generally, just I think 2's that perfect number. 2 Nishipachis. I'm actually gonna run 3 of these, but I decided 2 is just that good number. Sometimes I wish I had 3, especially if you open up with 1. It's not super great because then you only have 1 left in the deck for like a Burrito play, so you have to kind of play it properly. Or you have to set up a play with a Bure and a Burrito at the same turn to make sure you get those draws off. But I think 2 is just a good number. The 1 Saizan, the 1 Watchdog, he's really nice. Just with combos, like one of my favorite combos is you open Instant Fusion or the Solar Windjammer and Ninishi and then him, and that's double Burrito, draw 2, and you can make a Felgrand if you want to, or just leave it and draw more cards next turn, so it's quite good. Just 2 Psychic Commander, 3's bad, you gotta run just 2. Although I am running something weird compared to most builds that you guys might find a little strange, but I will explain why, and in like hours of testing, why I don't think it's that good. Double Solar Windjammer. I was just running 1, but I like opening up with this. It just sets up those plays, and it just adds consistency, I find. The one before I just wasn't drawing enough, and I like to open up with like a Burrito play at least, because at least gives you a solid big monster on the board. So that's it for monsters. On to spells. Triple Instant Fusion. You just run 3 of these, and they only have 2 targets in the extra deck, basically just so you can get to this as quickly as possible. The nuttiest hand you can open is like Ninishi, Instant Fusion, Solar Windjammer, and then Soldier in your hand. Like, it's just the nuttiest hand. Like, you're making triple Burrito with that, and then ending with possibly more stuff than that because you're going to draw 3 off the Burrito, so it's quite good. Next up, I'm going to run 2 Emergency Teleport. Now, right away, you guys are going to be like, oh, that's bad, it's bad. No, it's actually quite good. Reason being is that I was noticing and testing it, if you, unlike Instant Fusion, if you draw multiple Instant Fusions, it's not terrible because you don't have the chance of drawing the target for this as well. And I was opening up with like Commander a lot. Now, if you use both of these and say you draw another one, it's actually dead. Like, Instant Fusion isn't as bad because, I mean, there are times that, like, I don't know how do you put it. You can, like, I mean, you can bluff these as well, but I just find that, like, Instant Fusion is better because if you draw this and a commander in your hand, so that's the last commander, and you special the other one in the deck, you have to go -1 just to, like, bring out a tuner, and if anything happens to it, you lose. 2 is testing great. I mean, you have, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other level 3 tuners. These are 2 more. And you think about the ratio, it's like 5 and 7 or something. It ends up being pretty close. I think it's better than 5 and 8 because you're just running too many. And I think 2's just been testing a lot better. I think if you're gonna run triple E-Tele, you have to run triple Commander, and I really don't think triple Commander is good at all. So personally, that's just preference. 2's testing much better for me, and it actually opened up room for the second Solar Windjammer, which is also testing a lot better as well. And I really don't like opening multiple Emergency Teleports because, like, yeah, it gets you plays going, but what are you going to do, make, like, double Beret and then make a Draco Sack, and you go, like, it's just not worth it. 2 Iron Calls, this card's fantastic. Basically just, you know, keeps your combos going. For back row hate, triple MST, staple. I think you have to run triple MST in, like, every deck this format. Some people are, like, cutting it down to 2, but if, like, Fire Fist is the best deck in the game right now. It was the most dominant deck at the YCS as well, and I mean, I think that should be a sign to everybody, like, run triple MST. The Chromatic Rulers and stuff just aren't as consistent as Fire Fist, and, like, that's the deck you ideally have to worry about. So, 1 De-Synchro, I just think 1's fine. Sometimes I wish I ran 2, but I mean, if you open up with it like it's a dead card, I think it's just like kind of a win more card. Sets you up for more combos and stuff, which is great. It does get you extra draws as well, but I think ideally just 1's fine. You can also use it if you're playing against a deck that has fusions. You can use it against them too, which is kind of cool, and you can decide not to special the fusions or certain materials, so that's kind of nice. 1 Cache. This is just good because you do combos with it. It gets even more draws with Burrito, and it obviously thins the deck by 1 card. 1 Anatomy, this is like my favorite card in the deck. It's like 6 Samurai United. It's a pot of greed, basically, if you just play it in the right turn. And a lot of times people don't MST this if you play this and set other backers with it. They'll hit your other stuff and then leave this on the board, and then you just, like, switch, draw 2, and you just, open up into another Burrito combo. 1 limiter removal. Wins games. Broken. They'll probably ban it one of these ban lists sooner or later, I think, but till then, I'm gonna run it. Book of Moon, just 1's fine. That was a joke. I wish Book of Moon would go up though, but now that, like, Gravekeepers are getting more support, and I mean Geargy has a deck and stuff, I'm like, oh man, I don't think Book's going back up anytime soon, which is unfortunate. Triple Fiendish Chain. That was it for spells, by the way. No Dark Hole because you always have field presence in this deck. Generally, most boards you're going to open up with this, like a Brado and a Nat Beast, or like 2 Brados and a Nat Beast, or you can even, I've had a few games where I've opened up, what was my field? Brado, Nishipachi, Nat Beast, Felgrand, and a Draco Sack. I think. That sounds right. But then the Draco Sack doesn't have any tokens. I have had that happen. But, I mean, it's still just a nasty board, because if they wipe something else out, you're just like, whatever, I got Draco Sack. Or if they Dark Hole you, just use, if they get on the Nat Beast and Dark Hole you, have, like, anyways, it's just nasty. You can just open up these really crazy fields with this deck. Unfortunately, I think that's how Yu-Gi-Oh! Works, is that you have to play decks that have powerful opening plays, because just, like, that's why I don't like the Geargia Karakuri, is because, like, just setting Geargia armor in, like, two or three back rows, it is a really good opening, but it's you know, if your opponent can play around those back rows and then make a big push, you lose. Like, you know, you might have a small comeback next turn, but it depends on what stuff they put on the board. So there's also the fact that you might not draw traps with your Gear Gate armors, and then you just set in a 1900 monster and you're just going to get slaughtered by Fire Fist or something. One Compulsory, I still like this card. Bottomless is great, and Warning's obviously staple. So that's the main deck. It's 40 cards. I don't run 41 or anything anymore. I've realized I don't like it. So onto the extra deck, we have triple burrito. Gotta run 3. 2's just not enough. You need 3. Especially in this version. I think you get away with like 2 berets, but you make burrito a lot. It's like you can make triple burrito in 1 turn, and you just like what was the craziest play? I think one time I ended my turn with 11 cards to his 5, and then he drew into 6. I had 4 monsters in the board, 2 back row, and I still had 5 cards in hand. So this deck's just really powerful. Nobody's running Max T anymore, and it plays around Effect Veiler fairly well. So 1 Scrap Dragon, I think you need it. Crimson Blader, he's kind of staple, I think. Everyone knows that. If you can make 8s, you play Crimson Blader. Triple Beret, you can make him. He's not as good because I don't have Draco stack, unfortunately. But I mean, he's still good, so Bury's awesome. The 1 Black Rose, you know, I'm tempted to drop something else out and make room for Landois, but it's kind of time and space. So I don't make him a whole lot, but Landois is good because it makes those dead spells in your hand live. That's the one thing I'd like to do if I was running triple E-Telly, but then you're not always going to make Landois as good as he is. Naturia Beast for your 5, as well as Catastor. He's cool because he's a machine, so you can do like combos just to synchro with him, which is nice. For XYZ's Felgran, one of the best cards in the extra deck, I think. Super good. Sorry, I'm not trying to make that noise. Zenmaines, if I had Draco stack, I'd cut Zenmaines for the Draco stack. And then 2 Cybersaurs, because you just need 2. You don't need 3. Reason being is that you don't want to clog up 3. And generally, like I said, you just run triple instant fusion to draw into it faster. So that's the deck, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Comment down below if you have any questions or comments just about the deck in general. I'm sure I'm going to get some comments about you need to run triple E-Telly, but seriously, tested that. I really don't think you need 3. And I've been playing Karakuri now for like 2 years, so I don't know, like back when E-Telly was at 1 still, so I don't know, I really feel like you don't need 3 E-Tellys. Sorry guys, thanks for watching. Peace out. I gotta find the button here. There.